Hi everyone. In today's session, we will see how to pass parameters to your test scripts in Selenium. So today's topic is pass parameters to test scripts in Selenium. Okay. So in Selenium, there are two ways to pass parameters to your test script. You can pass uh, parameters to your test script as well as test-ng annotations. Okay. So there are two ways. One is using testng.xml file, and second is using data provider annotation. Okay. So in today's session, we will cover only testng.xml file, and we'll see how to pass parameters from testng.xml file, and how to use these parameters uh, in your test script. Okay. So for that, we need to launch Eclipse. Let me launch Eclipse. I'm already having one Selenium WebDriver testng project that we created in previous videos. Okay, and let's see that. So guys, this is my Selenium testng project here, and this is a Maven project. Okay, have a look. So we are having one pom.xml file. In this, we are having in testng configured. Okay, org.testng. This is the testng dependency. Okay, org.testng. testng version is 7.1.0. okay, so we are having testng configured. Now I hope you already seen my previous videos. So we will create this is Selenium testng project. Okay, so this is test scripts folder. Here we will add scripts, testng scripts here. Okay, so let me create one new script here to uh, see the demo of parameters. Okay, so let me name as demo parameters. Okay, so this is the way to create a test case here. So in Eclipse Selenium, so we will use this test annotation to create test case here. Okay, so we'll name is public void test case 1. Okay, this is simple test case, and we will write one simple console statement here. Okay, this will print this log on console. Okay, test case 1 method. So first of all, before going with parameters, we will need one testng.xml file in our project. Okay, we are not having testng.xml file right now, so we will click on this file. Okay, click on click on testng. Okay, and click on convert to testng. So as soon as you click on this one, it will launch this UI. Okay, and this is the location of your testng.xml file, Selenium testing project, and all the content here. Okay, so what do you want to select? Classes, parallel mod. If you want to create multiple test in your testng.xml file, okay, you can define the number of thread count. Okay, so click on finish. Have a look. We got one testng.xml file here. Okay, so when you click on this file, you will just get this. This is the like default editor, and if you want to see as an editing file or simple file, or you want to edit this content, you can right click on this one and click on open with, click on text editor. Okay, have a look. It's showing us XML tag, and in testng we have parent suite tag. Okay, with the name is suite, and if you want to change the name, you can change here. Okay, and in suite tag we are having test tag. Okay, and name is test. If you want to change the name here, you can do that. Okay, let me name it as demo parameters. Okay, in that we are having classes. Okay, we are having class name test scripts dot demo scripts. Now in this file we are having one test case. Let's first of verify that whether test_xml is created successfully and it has all the valid configuration. So we will try to execute this test case one via test_xml file. Okay, so right click on this file and click on run as test suite. Let's see, it's running the test case not. So it's saying total test case 1 passed, 0 failed. That means it's executing the test case this one. Okay, now it has one console statement. Let's see the console output whether we are getting this message or not. Have a look. So we are getting the message. That means this test case get executed successfully. Okay, now let's suppose we have to pass some parameters in this script. Okay, let's suppose we have to pass sorry, let's suppose we have to pass some name. Okay, name and some other variable. So how can you pass these names to these scripts? Okay, so in test_xml, first of all, in test annotation you can use parameter. So this is the tag to pass parameter from test_xml. You need to write parameter tag and name is equal to, okay, name of the parameter. Okay, so in this we can use name is equal to username. Okay, and in this we can pass value is equal to, let's suppose username is Selenium user. Okay, so we need to close this tag. Okay, so we created one parameter here. Now we have to use these parameters in our test script. Okay, how can you do that? So for that you need to use parameter annotation here. Parameters in curly braces you have to write name of parameter, that is username. Okay, so you have to put username, that is the name given here. Okay, you have to give this name in this file. Okay, parameter username. Now how these parameters will be passed to your method. Okay, so we need to pass these parameters here, string username. Okay, and one more thing, in test_ng you need to write optional here. Okay, optional and in this optional you need to pass one default value for this variable. Okay, if you are not passing this variable from test_ng.xml, let's suppose I delete this entry. Okay, so this default value will be assigned, so I will be naming it as default user. Okay, so data type of this username is string. Now this, and this way you will read username from your test_ng.xml file. Okay, so this username will be used in this script file. Okay, so we will print this username. Let me print system this out. Okay, and I will just print this username, and let's run this script. Okay, using test_ng.xml file, run as test_ng suite. I have a look, is printing Selenium user and it's executing 1. Okay, now what is the benefit of this optional tag here? Okay, if I delete this entry from test_ng.xml, okay, so it will not give us any error because we are passing optional value here. Now we are not passing any parameter from test_ng.xml, so in that case this default value will be assigned to this username variable. Okay, let me run the script again. Test_ng.xml, run as test_ng suite. Have a look. So now the output is define default user. Okay, def user. Okay. Now if we pass the parameter from here, so now it should print Selenium user. Okay, let me run this again. Have a look. Okay, so this is the way to pass parameters from testng.xml to your test script. Now let's suppose we want to pass multiple parameters. This is example of one parameter. If we have to pass the name of browser, okay, let me pass another parameter. We will get another tag here, parameter name is equal to I want to pass browser, okay, and value is equal to Chrome. Okay, so in this way we will go to the script again. Now we are already having one parameter here, and if we want to pass multiple parameter, we will just pass as comma separator. Okay, and again in the method definition we will use comma to separate. Okay? So first we will pass optional, and we will name as Firefox. Okay, so default value is Firefox, and if we are passing value from testng.xml file, it will override this variable. Okay, string browser. Okay, now we will print this browser name is and we will print this browser value. Let's run the script and see the output. Okay, have a look. It's showing us browser name is Chrome and Selenium user. So we are passing browser name from here. Okay, that means is Chrome. Okay, if I delete this entry, so default value is Firefox. Okay, so in this case it will print Firefox here. So let me run the test case again. Have a look. It's printing Firefox. Okay, now you can use the same way to pass your values to the multiple test scripts. Okay, let me create one another test case. Test case 2. Okay, and same we want to pass these parameters to test case 2. Now let's, instead of passing both the variables, let's suppose I just want to pass browser input to this test script. Okay, in test case 2 I don't require username, I just require browser. Okay, so in this case we can just pass only browser variable. Okay, in this, let me show you, we can pass only browser. Now in the method we need to write @optional and string browser. Okay, and here you need to pass the default value. So default value can be Firefox, or you can pass any default value. Okay, now we will print this value, browser. Okay, so let me run this scenario. First of all, let me print sys out and inside test case 2. Let me run this script again. Run as so it's running 2 test cases. Have a look. This is the output of first test case and this is the output of second test case. Okay, so right now we are not having entry this browser entry in our testng.xml file. That's why it's printing Firefox here in both the scenarios. Let me add the entry here. So I'm having entry with browser value is equal to Chrome. So let me run this again. Okay, so have a look. So it's printing as Chrome. Okay, and one more thing, in your script file, if you want to reverse the order of these variables, okay, if you want to just write the browser first, you can write that. Like I can write comma username. In your testng.xml file, username is coming first and browser is coming after that. Okay, but in your script you can write in any order. Okay, but these value will be assigned to these method parameters in the sequence. Okay, so if you're putting your username after the browser, then you have to reverse the order in your method variables. Okay, so you need to write, you need to write browser first. Okay, then user. Okay, now let me run the script again. Let me show you the output. Run as test initiate. Have a look. It's running two test cases. Two test cases are passing. Output is Chrome. Okay, this is the output of second test case, Chrome. So guys, this is the demo of how to pass your testng parameters to your test script. Now there's another one thing. You can pass these parameters to your annotations also, like testng annotation. Apart from test, okay. You already seen demo of other test, okay. Now I hope you know that in testng you have various annotations like testng annotations like before switch. Okay, you have after, before test, before class, okay, before method, and before we have done with before switch, before test, before class, before method. Okay, and similarly you have after, okay, like after method, after class, and after test, and after switch. Now if you have to pass these testng.xml parameters to these annotations, okay, so you can also pass these parameters to these annotations. Okay, let me show you one demo. So let's suppose I am having one before switch annotation here. Okay, so I will name this method as public void setup. Okay, so in your products you have one before switch annotation setup method in which you configure your prerequisite. Like if you are working on Selenium, in this setup you can create your libraries, and uh, you can create your browser and instances of other third-party libraries. Okay, and so in this before switch, if we have to pass this browser parameter, okay, how can you do that? Like you written this script, you can write in the same way. Parameters, okay, and in this you will write browser, and you need to write here string browser, okay, and use optional to pass the default value. Okay, and I will pass the default value as Firefox, or you can pass any other value, like I can pass Edge browser. Okay, and in this I will use print statement. Okay, and so we can just write inside setup method. Okay, and we can print this value browser. Okay, so we are having browser value in testng.xml file. So in this case it will print this value Chrome. Okay, let me run this scenario. Okay, have a look. So this is the output of inside setup method, and it's printing Edge here because it's picking a default value. Let's check that. Why is picking a default value? Okay, so guys, we put browser parameter at the test level. Okay, so guys, this is the main point to understand. There are in your test.xml file you have different levels. Okay, like scope, you can say scope. So this is your suite tag. Okay, and this is your test tag. Now we are having parameters in this test scope. Okay, so if you want to use some parameters at suite level, okay, then you need to write the parameter tag here. So I will just copy this parameter here and put it here. Okay, now it will run. Let me run it again. Run as test and suite. Have a look. So this is the output of setup method. So it's printing Chrome. Okay, so in your test.xml file, if you want to pass parameters at your suite level, like before suite and after suite, then you have to write parameters after the above the test tag. Okay, this one. And if you want to pass parameters to your test tag before test, after test, before class, after class, then you can write parameters in this area, or you can say in this scope. Okay, now you can have one question like what will be the actual uses of passing parameters. I just show you example of you can pass a browser name from here, right? Now I can show you one demo of if you are passing Chrome browser, then it will create an instance of Chrome browser, and if you are passing Firefox, okay, then it will create instance of Firefox browser. And you can assume we are using Firefox as a default browser. Okay, so in this setup, so this is our file. We will delete these methods. Okay, so in our before suite setup, we will create one instance of our web driver. Okay, and then we will create some test case to perform login. Okay, so in the setup method, we will just create driver object, and we will use some conditions whether you want to automate Chrome browser or Firefox browser. Now we will pass this input from test.xml file. Okay, so from our test.xml file, we will pass from here. Okay, whether you want to automate Chrome browser or Firefox browser. Okay, so I am passing a Chrome browser here. So in my this file, so we are passing Chrome browser here. Okay, so let me create if browser to lowercase dot, or you can use equals ignore case. Okay, so I am Chrome. Okay, then you can create one. First of all, you should initialize or declare driver object at class level. Okay, web driver. Okay, so we will use driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Let me maximize it. And if we are using if your browser value is Firefox, okay, then we will create one example of Gecko driver. Okay, driver is equal to new Firefox driver. Now we need to set the properties and in these methods. Okay, for Chrome driver, system dot set property. Okay, web driver dot Chrome dot driver. Okay, and we need to pass the path of exe file, Chrome driver.exe file. So we are having Chrome driver.exe file in our sources folder, this folder. We'll just copy the path from here. copy and paste it here and put semicolon at the end. Similarly, we need to set the path of Gecko driver.exe file. So we'll use system sort property and that driver dot Gecko dot driver, and here we will pass the path of Gecko driver.exe file. So we are having Gecko driver.exe file in our resources folder. Copy the path of this exe file and copy and paste here. So now we are making it conditional. Okay, if you want to automate your application on Chrome browser, then you can pass Chrome browser from your testengine.xml, and if you pass Firefox from your testengine.xml file, okay, then this then it will run these test cases on Firefox browser. Now in our before suite, we are just creating one instance of Selenium WebDriver. Now we have to launch the URL on our browser, and we need to perform login. Okay, if you remember in last session we created one script, okay, in which we try to perform perform login, okay, login into stackoverflow.com. so we can just copy this whole script. Okay, so I will not waste time writing it again. So this script will perform login into stackoverflow.com. So these are before suite method is creating one object of driver. Okay, and in our test case, okay, in this script is totally independent of your Chrome browser or Firefox browser. Okay, so in this script you are not having anything specific to Chrome browser or Firefox browser. So this is in this demo you are getting two benefits. One is you are learning about before suite, what are the uses of before suite and before test annotations. Okay, and you are running your automation on two browser. Either you can run on Chrome browser or Firefox browser. Okay, and if you want to cover any other browser in this conditions, you can add more condition here. Okay, and I suggest when you write your test scripts in your project, your test script should be independent of browser. Okay, you should write your scripts in such a way that these scripts should be independent of either Chrome browser or Firefox browser or any other browser. Okay, so let's try this scenario. First of all, in testengine.xml file, we will pass Chrome here, and we will try to run this this login scenario on Chrome browser. Okay, so let's run this. Click on testengine.xml file, run as testengine suite. Have a look, it's launching Chrome browser. It's performing login on Chrome browser. Okay guys, so it successfully launched Chrome browser, performed login on stackoverflow.com. Okay, now if we want to perform this scenario on a Firefox browser, okay, how can you do that? So we need to use driver.close. It will close the browser after your test script is successful. Okay, now you've seen that this test case was executed on Chrome browser. Now if we have to execute this scenario on Firefox browser, so we will pass Firefox here. Okay, now this test case should be executed on Firefox browser. Let's try that. Run as testengine suite. Have a look, it's launching Firefox browser. It's performing login on Firefox browser. Clear, guys? So this is the way to so this in the using TestNG.parameters. Okay, so you can configure your execution. You can pass parameters to your test scripts, test annotation, or before suite annotation, or before test annotation. Okay, like I show you example of if you want to, you can make your execution conditional. If you want to run your execution on Chrome browser, you can pass this parameter as Chrome, and if you want to run your execution on Firefox browser, you can pass Firefox here. Okay, so this is all about SNG parameters, and if you have any questions, please uh, write in the comment section. And that's all for today. Thank you so much.